Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we are looking at the pewag Servo snow tire chains here on our 2021 Honda Odyssey. This is a self-tensioning snow tire chain from pewag, and I do like how it is self-tensioning. If you are looking for a snow tire chain that does not require separate rubber tensioners, and it provides a premium experience with its different features, this might be a good option for you. So these snow tire chains are important if, let's say, you're going to a place that requires having snow tire chains on, or if you're expecting extreme weather conditions like snow or ice, you're going to want some extra traction on your tires to keep you safe. Now these are the low profile snow tire chains, which means that it's great in snow and a little bit of ice. If you're expecting a lot of ice and you need superior traction, you might be interested in our larger ladder style snow tire chains with superior grip. The chains are arranged in a diamond pattern, and what that means is they cover a bit more of your tire than, let's say, your traditional ladder style chains. That's going to be helpful with your turns as well as giving a bit more traction. Since they are covering more of the tire, it's also going to be a smoother ride. The links themselves are made of a titanium steel alloy, so they call themselves Titan Grip links, and that's going to help prevent corrosion, which is important in your extreme weather conditions, especially when you're dealing with salt, snow, and ice. These are Class S chains, so from the SAE classification, if you want low profile chains, you go with Class S. That's going to be important if you have limited clearance behind your wheel and you don't want it getting caught up with anything important. These are going to stick as close to your tire as they can get while still providing traction. The chains are color coded as well as coated, so the colors are going to help with figuring out what's the next step, which is nice, especially after a long summer or a long year of not using snow tire chains. And since they are coated, even if you're not wearing gloves, this is okay to grab them and it's not going to freeze your fingers off. It's also going to help protect your tire. Your chains are going to come in a case just like this. I really like this design because it's a hard shell case. That means I can reuse my chains and not have to worry about accidentally ripping the canvas bag that other chains tend to come in. Once you open up your case with these latches, you will find two chains as well as a goodie bag. So this goodie bag is going to have your instructions, and that's made of plastic, so it's not going to get wet out in there in the snow. It's also going to have some plastic gloves and a plastic mat, which is your instructions. I also recommend picking up our tire chain safety install kit here at etrailer, and that's going to have a rubber mat that is not going to fly away in the wind, as well as some lights to keep you safe as you install snow tire chains. So I have our snow tire chains installed on our front tires. If you're not sure where to install them, please check out the owner's manual. Also, these tires are a size 235/60R18. If you don't know what tire size you have, you can find them printed on the sidewall. Knowing all that information will help you out with our etrailer fit guide as you use them to figure out the best fit for your vehicle and for your tires. The process itself when putting them on our tires is actually pretty easy, so let's take a look at that. What I like to do before installing it is just to first lay the chains down on the ground. I recommend doing this on your garage floor ahead of time. That way you get familiar with how to use it and what it looks like. Just double check and make sure that they're not tangled up. None of the links are cracked or warped or missing. Right here it looks pretty good. Another thing to remember is to make sure that the flat portion is facing your tire and that the hooked end is facing away from your tire so you don't accidentally puncture it. But once you've checked it out and it looks good, you then grab one half, get them together, and feed them around your tire. Once you get your chains on the other side, what I actually like to do is just to comb them out so they make a nice arc around the tire. I found that it helps it drape a little bit better once you go on to the next steps. So the next step for here is just to connect the two ends on top of your tire. So you're gonna get these two pieces at the top and put them together. You're gonna have to go at an angle on one side so that slides through. Then you push it together, and then make sure you keep pushing it until it clicks into place. And that's how you know it's secured by that black piece. And then you leave it behind your tire and drape the rest of your chains forward. Since this is color coded, it's gonna help you with figuring out the next step, which is to connect your top two pieces. So this red chain goes into your red hook and then secures it. The next step is to go over to our servo piece, and we're gonna rotate this knob towards open, so that's towards the left, and that will allow you to pull out this chain. And with that chain loosened, you're then gonna insert this bottom piece into that hook right over there. So that's supposed to fit into place, just like that. And then you tighten it down by your self-tensioning module. So turn it towards drive. There you go. And that tensions it on its own. Try to get your chains as centered around your wheel as you can get it. As you can see, I have this set to self-tensioning. So do the exact same thing on the other side. Then afterwards, I recommend driving forward a couple feet, coming out and checking if everything's still in place and looks good. And if it is, then you are good to go. My personal thoughts about these snow tire chains is I do like the self-tensioning system. That's going to be important as you are driving around. You're hitting different bumps and different holes, so those chains are going to be moving around your tire as you do so. With this system, it's going to hold it all together and adapt as you drive. Now the downside with these chains is they do tend to get tangled up, and it can be tricky to find the best way to put it together. Please check out our videos here at eTrailer if you do get stuck or you're not sure what the next step is, and we'll guide you through the process even though it is slightly complicated. But all in all, they work really well as low profile snow tire chains, and I really am a big fan of that self-tensioning system. And that was a look here at our pewag Servo self-tensioning snow tire chains here on our 2021 Honda Odyssey.